everybody, what's up? This is Mondays with Mae Bae. I am Jeannie Mae, your host. And as you can see, I'm recording this straight out of mi casa today because my son just got home from surgery. Everything went good overall. He's healthy and happy now, so that's all that matters. And I didn't want to leave him or make him, go to my office or anything like that. So I am recording it straight from the spare bedroom. So you're welcome. But today I wanted to talk about content and being discontent. And contentment really is a choice. A lot of us think that it's not, but really it is. Let me break it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with it because this is actually something that I've been struggling with more recently than not. If you asked me maybe a month ago, 2 months ago about my life, I would have told you it's great. I'm super happy. I'm so content with my life. Everything is so perfect. And then one way or another, I got triggered and things came up and whatever happened, I became so discontent with my life that I started distrusting God's will for my life. And today I'm going to talk about that. First and foremost, I wanted to talk about what it means to be content, because I feel like a lot of us have this different explanation of what being content really is, or, whatever it may be. To be content is to be mentally or emotionally satisfied with things as they are. That means accepting things just as they come, not expecting more or being upset because you feel like you deserved something else or you had this expectation of this outcome. Being content means accepting things just as they are. And I know I have a hard time doing that. I know a lot of us have a hard time doing that. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, it reminds us to just accept things the way that they are. Social media is such a trigger for a lot of people, especially me, a social media influencer. I get triggered from social media. I get so discontent looking at everyone else's life, comparing it to my life. I get so filled with greed and jealousy, even just getting annoyed with myself because I'm like, I should be there. I should be traveling more. I should be doing more. I should be this. I should be that. I have all these expectations, all these unrealistic goals for myself, when the reality is my life is fantastic. I have an incredible support system. I have people that love me. I have everything I need, almost everything I've ever prayed for at my fingertips. And I'm still sitting here on a bed of thorns, being discontent with my life, finding reasons to complain and nag instead of just being happy. Like, why? Why not just be happy, right? Why am I causing all of this turmoil in my life? Well, it's because of social media. It's because I'm sitting here constantly looking at all these other people, constantly comparing myself to all these other people, not accepting myself as I am, not accepting my journey as it is, not accepting all of my achievements for what they are. I've come so far in life. I've grown so much. I've accomplished so much. And I still find myself envious of other people. I still find myself wanting more when all I have to do is ask God and He will give it to me. But instead, I think that I can do it on my own, and I can't. Our job as believers is to be obedient to the Lord. Deuteronomy, I'm going to mess this up 1,000 times, I promise. Deuteronomy 11:26-28 states that if you obey God, you will be blessed. And this isn't saying like, obey God, live this super perfect Christian life, do this, do that, you can't have any sin. Like, no, all it's saying is to spread God's love. But we're not perfect. I've said it in past podcasts. God knows we're not perfect. He expects us to fail, but He also expects us to get back up. See, we get so sucked into this idea that the goal of our life is to accumulate more, to achieve more, to do more. We can so easily slide down this slippery slope of believing that the purpose of our life is to build a life we love. But that's not the calling God has for us. The call of Christ is to lay down your life for others and for His glory in your love for Christ. When God says, obey me and you will get everything you want, you will have all your blessings, He's literally saying, hey, can you answer this call that I have for you? Will you please lay down your life for others and for my glory? Show me you love me, and I will give you all the blessings that you could ever need. If you focus on materialistic things in this world, you will never have enough things to satisfy you. Stop focusing on all the money, all the wealth, all the social standing, all this, all that. Stop focusing on the materialistic stuff that you don't have and that you're trying to acquire, and focus on God. When we feel discontent, it typically means that we are feeling discomfort. And it's up to us to turn to God and trust in His plan rather than trying to fix our discomfort on our own. I know a lot of the times when I get so stuck in this vortex of discomfort that I start questioning God's will for me. I start questioning why He's not giving me certain things. I look at everything I have and I want so much more. I want even more achievements. I want an even bigger house. I want an even better car. I want a bigger family. I want more financial freedom. When really God gave me everything I need right here. It's right in front of my face. A lot of the times we take a setback as a denial from God when really that's not it at all. We take Him saying, hey, this is coming, just not right now. Be patient, as God saying, yeah, you don't deserve that. Sorry, that's going to go to someone else. When really that's not the case at all, is it? No. When you're feeling that type of discontentment, don't try to fix it on your own, okay? God gave you a purpose. God gave you a gift to use. You may not be using it in the right way. That might be why you're facing setback after setback after setback. I know I wasn't using mine in the right way, and I kept facing setbacks. And then as soon as I was like, okay, God, let your will be done, all of these blessings started just pouring into my life. And it was incredible. With all of those gifts, you also have to understand that Satan wants to use your God-given gifts just as much as God does. Satan uses your jealousy. He uses that forward thinking you have of all those goals and all those visions and all those plans of success. Satan uses all that discontent with your life, where it is or where God's plan for your life is, to ruin you. He uses that thorn to ruin the seed of faith that God has given us. Satan is a thorn, okay? He's a big old pain in the butt. Satan uses your discomfort. He uses your God-given gift to instill discomfort in your life, discontentment in your life, to ruin the seed of faith that God has given you. He is trying to take that God-given gift and use it for evil instead of good, okay? Don't embrace your discontentment. Do not embrace it. Instead, examine it. When you're feeling discontent, don't say, okay, it's time for me to level up. I need to level up. I need to do more. I need to get motivated. I need to achieve this. This is my goal. I'm going to do this, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. That's what a lot of us do. That's what I do. That's why I'm saying it, okay? Don't do that. That is not a good thing to do, so don't do it. Do not embrace your discomfort. Instead, examine it. Figure out exactly where it's rooted from, exactly where it's coming from, exactly the stem of it. Figure out what you need to change, what you need to move, what you need to work on. I know for me, a big part of my discontentment is, again, social media, looking at everyone else's success, because on social media, we only post the good. We don't ever post the bad, right? So it makes everyone so envious of us and what we're doing in our life. I look at social media and I compare my life and I compare myself and I forget all of the success and all of the awesome things I've done in my life. And I just focus on the negative. I just focus on what I don't have rather than what I do have. And that's me. That's my discontentment, is instead of focusing on this blessing that I have in front of me, everything I've begged God for, I'm like, okay, God, why don't I have more money in the bank? Why don't I have a bigger house? Why don't I have a better car? Why don't I have more kids? What is going on, God? Like, why don't I deserve any of this? When really, I'm not saying, God, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a mom and to continue that value of being a mom and teaching this amazing little man. Thank you so much for the chances you've given me to sustain my family financially. Thank you so much for the opportunities that you've given me to help me grow as a person and to share your light with the world. Thank you so much, God, for allowing me to wake up every day and continue to do this. Instead, I'm like, okay, God, when is it going to be my turn? Why is this still happening to me? No. When you become consumed with your worries and your fears and just everyday life, okay? And I'm speaking from the heart here, because this last week was this kind of a week for me. It just like literally, I broke out. I mean, it's kind of gone now, but I literally broke out. I was a nightmare to be around. I was cranky. I was making everyone else's life miserable. I was not a fun person because my worries and my fears consumed me. My faith was struggling. I allowed the thorn of discomfort to kill the seed of God in my life. And I hate saying that because I like to think of myself as a pretty religious person, but I didn't go to Bible study last week. I didn't go to church last week. Instead, I hid from God. I did my daily devotional in the morning. I didn't journal. I wasn't honest with myself. I wasn't honest with God. Instead, I hid because I knew what I was doing was wrong. And I turned my back on God because I was so discontent. I was so just overwhelmed with life and everything I was facing, that instead of talking to God about it and allowing myself to be thankful for what I had, I was focusing on what I didn't have. In reality, those things that I don't have make me who I am. See, discontent comes in all forms, whether it's insecurity, financials, shame, shortcoming, whatever it may be. It nags at you. It consumes you. And it does not allow you to focus on the blessings that you truly have, the blessings that God has given you. For example, a house, okay? A lot of us have a house, whether it's an actual home, a manufactured home, just a bedroom to sleep in, an apartment, whatever it may be. A lot of us have housing. And we take it for granted. See, a lot of us want a bigger house, only for the social standing. We only want to have this perfect image. But our home isn't designed to make us feel or look a certain way. It isn't designed to make other people envious of us or to house all of our clothes and all of our fun necessities that we think are necessities. No. A home is designed to glorify our family. A home is designed to glorify God, to be the light to other families, to be the light for our neighbor, to allow us to do the work of God. Yes, we all want our lives to to be picture perfect. I know I do. There's times where I'm like, see, I need to like go on Pinterest and get all these cool ideas, and I need to do this, this, and this, and I need to post, and I need to do this. When in reality, my life isn't all that perfect. I just present the perfect parts of it on social media because I don't want anyone to know I'm not perfect, right? That's how we all are. I get it. But we get so tied up in trying to make our life picture perfect that we actually don't live the purpose that God has for our life. We get so tied up trying to get our house so organized and get the next best thing and make all this money and have this perfect social standing and X, Y, and Z. We get so tied up in living our best life, living a life that makes us so happy, that we forget to show others the God-given gift that God's given us. We forget to spread His light with the world. We forget the whole purpose of our being. So I want to ask you, this is my closing here. What are you chasing? What are you chasing? Are you chasing your own will? Are you trying to perfect your own life? Or are you chasing eternal freedom? Are you chasing a life that will glorify God? I want to be content with my life. I want to be so at peace that nothing can disturb that. I don't want to get sucked into this idea that the goal of my life is to accumulate more, to have more. I don't want to build a life I love. I want to build a life that glorifies God. What are you chasing? See, I know recently that I've been focusing on the discontentment of my life, rather than focusing on the content of my life. And I choose to be content. I will no longer be discontent with my life because God's given me everything I need to be content. Yes, I will always want more because that's human nature, but I am perfectly content with what I have. So as I close today, I want to reiterate that being content is a choice. You can choose to be content with your life, or you can always chase materialistic things. But remember that having those materialistic things will never satisfy you. Only God can satisfy you. It's very easy to slide down that slippery slope. But I want to encourage you to use your God-given gift for good. To learn how to be content with what you have and not focus on what you don't have. You are making yourself unhappy when you do that. When the reality is, you have everything you need to be happy. And if you don't, if you truly, truly don't, ask God and He will provide it. If you obey God, He will bless your life. That's it. I hope you guys have a great week. Get out there, change the world, and be content.